Hello everybody, it's Mr. Bish here. Today I'm going to show you some of the ins and outs of SmartMusic and how to use it to better practice at home. So the first thing you want to do is go to smartmusic.com, and it should take you to this website. At the top right of the website, there's a little square rectangular button that says login, and click that. And at this page, you'll want to click on the box that says New SmartMusic. Don't click on the other side. Click New SmartMusic there on the left. And it should take you to the login screen. Now, hopefully you guys have already set up your free accounts. If you haven't done that yet, check your email. And there should be instructions in your email on how to set that up. You'll type in your username or your email and your password and hit login. When you hit login, your screen's going to look a little bit like this. The top should say assignments due, and it should list all the assignments myself or Mr. Lowball has assigned to you. They're not in any particular order. As you can see, the due date for all of them is June 30th. So you can do them at your leisure whenever you feel like playing. So today I'm going to start by going down to number 48, the High School Cadets March, which is in the Essential Elements 2000 book. I go over here to the right and hit start. When you hit start, it's going to ask you to select your part. As you can see, all the parts are available there, so you just have to find your instrument. So today I'll be a clarinet player. So I go ahead and find B flat clarinet. I click that and then I hit OK. Then it is going to take a little bit of time to load, depending on the speed of your internet and how many people are using SmartMusic at the time. Once it's loaded, it'll tell you your instructions. Now, my instructions are not very detailed. Most of the instructions will just tell you how many points this is worth. So you can go ahead and close that. And then you can see the sheet music for the High School Cadets March in your book. So you can use it and read off the screen, or if you'd rather use your book, the physical book at home, you're more than welcome to do that. Now, I'm going to go through two of the practice tools up here. The first one is the tracks tool, and the other one we're going to talk about today is the loop tool. So the tracks tool, you can see there are three different things here. That one says accompaniment, one says my part, one says metronome. They all can be turned on and off using the orange buttons. The metronome, I would suggest to always leave on and turn that all the way up, or at least pretty close to the top. My part controls the sound of the clarinet part, or whatever part you choose to play. You can turn that up or down, or you can turn it completely off. And the accompaniment part controls the band, the rest of the band while that's playing. So for right now, I'm going to leave all those up, and here's what this would sound like. So let's say you were practicing that and you got a couple notes wrong and you couldn't really hear the clarinet part. The best thing to do, you can either turn this way down or just go ahead and mute the rest of the band and play it again, and you'll just hear the clarinet part. So that's a great way to isolate just the clarinet part or the trumpet part or whatever part you're playing, so that way you don't get confused by listening to any of the other sections. Now, the thing that I like to do most is turn the accompaniment on, but turn it down to about halfway, maybe a little bit less than halfway, so I can still hear the band, but my part is the most important thing I hear. Great. And as you can tell, when you're just practicing, you want to kind of avoid this button for now. You just want to use that play button. So the other tools in the track section of SmartMusic are right here. This is the tempo section. If 75 is too fast of a tempo, you can use that minus button to turn it down and it will go slower so you can keep up a little bit better. Or if you're really good at this song and you want to go faster, you can bump it up as high as you want, really. So if you get really good at a song, but you like playing it, but want to play it faster, that is an option. And if you hit this button here, it's going to take you back to the most recent one that you did. My suggestion would be just to type the tempo number that you like. If you want to go at 100, you can do that. But we're going to go back to 75. Okay, the other tool I want to show you is the loop tool. So let's say I just need to practice this section right here to the end. So starting on that C going to the end, I can go to the loop tool up top and I hit set. And it will show you where it's going to loop. So I want to drag the end loop pin to the end of the song, and I want to drag this loop pin to the C I want to start on. And what this is going to do is it's going to play over and over again with a couple clicks in between, just so you get constant practice at those notes that you really need to practice. Here's an example. And what that does is allows you not to have to stop and go back and click every time in between. You can keep your instrument in your hands and practice the measures or the notes that you specifically need to practice. You can always have the counts in between. If you don't want the counts in between loops, you can always take off that box right there, and that will take the counts off in between and just keep going around and around as if there was a repeat sign on each side of that. When you're finished playing on the loop, all you have to do is go to the top left, hit that red clear button, and the loop goes away. And finally, the last thing I want to show you is back on the track section, or really anywhere. You could do it here in the loop section too. But let's say you're playing through a song, and as a clarinetist, I get to a note, and we'll pick this A. We get to the note A, and I look at it, and I just don't know how to play it. I don't know what the fingering is. I don't know what it's supposed to sound like. Well, these two little buttons down here can help you with both of those things. If you click the little button on the right, it will play the tune or play the sound of the clarinet A. If you click on the left button, it's going to pull up a fingering chart. Now, this is a clarinet fingering chart. Obviously, they will be different depending on what instrument you choose. But this will show you the exact fingers and exact keys or valves to press down to make sure you're playing that A. So those are just some of the tools that you can use to practice. Those are going to be the most helpful tools. And that should get you started playing at home and getting some feedback from the computer to see how well you've done.